Hello and welcome to a Yogscast first look at some trash in the Bastion of Twilight, I think this is. Lots of people kind of gloss over the trash, but you know, you kill the trash often as much as you kill the bosses, and some of this trash we have actually wiped on a lot. So it's kind of nice to like show you what kind of stuff to expect, so you don't just die horribly.
Hello. The trash in these places do drop epics as well. There are epic drops that come
Yeah.
with them. I mean, not every time, obviously, not every time.
No,
I mean, that would
but
just be mental.
we did actually see a couple, didn't we? We saw like an epic trinket,
We
I
did.
think, which was really cool. But it was like it had agility and agility buff on melee hit, which I seem to remember you were very pissed off about.
Yeah.
It didn't work for others.
It is.
I think you're still on your prot gear for healing.
Oh yeah, I noticed about when my mana ran out.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Sorry, I'm still healing for like 20k for some reason.
With no mana.
It's alright, it's gone back up again. Seemed to have.
Well, you have Touched by
what's
the
the-
Light, which increases your spell power by an amount equal to 60% of your strength.
I should be in Holy Spec though.
Innovating paladins. It's a crazy new world that we're in.
Blade Tempest
Oh
really
my
hurts.
God.
You need to,
Ow.
yeah, heal through that. I'm blowing all my cooldowns
Hang
when
on,
that happens.
I'm a pallet. I'm in prot gear. Let me see if I can tank.
Probably not, considering you don't have any prod
So
abilities.
I can't tank. I'm being owned.
But I guess as long as you can keep him busy. Nope.
So these big guys, as you can see, are pretty much simple tank and spank. There is some stuff on the floor that you need to move out of quite quickly, but they have this horrible ability called Blade Flurry, which just destroys the tank. So you really have to do a lot of spam healing and use cooldowns intelligently to take them out.
Air Elemental Totem for the win.
Don't waste a mass rest for this.
Here's the second one. As you can see, this went quite a lot smoother. Oh my goodness, that room! It's just like swarming with bees.
My reaction was to run away, and Hannah got angry at me.
That's
and told me to come back.
Yeah, so you'll see that in the video. I'm probably just going to leave Ven on mostly, and I might chip in a few comments during the video, but
Yeah.
here you go. Enjoy.
I think it's important to say that people aren't going to have to watch videos like this because they will get owned in the fucking face by this trash. It's nails. It's fucking nails. And it will rape you. It will rape you, and it won't be a good rape. It'll be a bad rape.
So yeah, okay, so this big room full of elementals, basically, normally trash sort of teaches you about the boss, you know, so the trash will have a similar mechanic to the boss.
Is that actually true, though? Because I remember you saying that before. Trash teaches you about the boss, and it has similar abilities. I can't think of another example of that at all. I think Jack Hughes, you're talking out of your arse.
No, they do. Leave the comments if you tell me if there's trash that teaches you about the boss. Leave comments. But the point is that you need to pull two of these at once. You need to put a fire one and an ice one together. Much like you engage the fire and ice mobs at once in the Ascendant Council. And then what it will do is they'll have abilities that cancel each other's shields out. So you single target pull both a fire one and an ice one. And you need to interrupt the ice one. I think on the boss you actually need to interrupt the fire one. You might need to interrupt the fire one as well, I'm not sure. Anyway, we died horribly.
That's helpful.
Yeah. There's fiery things you're supposed to not stand in. I haven't really got a very good strategy for this actually.
No.
We just sort of did it
Mm.
and died a lot.
I mean, the important thing is you have to pull them together, fire and ice. Otherwise, you're screwed.
And the same thing with the earth and the lightning. When you pull the earth and the lightning together, if you pull the earth one, he builds up a big debuff on the tank, which kind of stacks for a lot of damage. And then the lightning one will sort of clear it off. You know, the debuffs will counter each other. So by tank swapping actively, you can, you know, not get a massive debuff on you. Taking them out at the same time as well, it's similar to how you really want to be doing the boss. You want to be, you know, keeping fairly equal DPS on both of them at once.
What is your favourite trash to kill in the game? I'm thinking like maybe loads of skeletons, like in the Battle of Stratholme, something like that, in which you just AoE like 100 of them, and you get an achievement. I mean, that's a pretty freaking cool achievement.
That's not a bad one. I don't know. I mean, there's no trash that is like super enjoyable.
And like AQ40 trash would drop mounts, which is pretty cool. Even though at the moment you can't even use them inside the instance.
Oh dear.
And
does that not work?
You can't use them outside of the instance either. So you basically can't use them. They're
Well, I'm sure they'll
useless.
fix that. It's probably just buggy at the moment. Buggy. Did you get that pun there?
I see what you did there.
The thing, the kind of trash I sort of like is the idea of having mini boss trash, like trash that isn't too laborious because it's kind of like killing a little boss, and you have to sort of pay attention a little bit. So like the one I'm sort of talking about is those dogs, like Precious outside, you know, the Festa and that.
Oh god.
They're quite cool.
Yeah.
And
she can drop the shirt, her ribbon.
I do like trash that you can AoE. I like a big pack of trash that you can AoE down. They're more fun. I'm not really a big fan of packs where you have to CC them, and once you've CC'd them, it's just a bore fest because you just kill one at a time. Like a lot of trash is in 5-mans, and it's a lot of standard packs of crap. I don't like those. That if you've got half a brain and you're able to have one of your people pressing a CC button, it's just a face roll. There's no skill involved at all. I mean, this type of trash is really, really cool. And another thing I'd like to see, maybe, would be to have, instead of having like a long pack of trash, you'd have little bits of trash, but like little mini bosses, and those mini bosses would give you, say, your justice points, you know? And so instead of the bosses necessarily giving a full quantity of justice points, you'd be able to kill these little mini bosses on the way to the boss, and then if you wiped it for hours and hours and the trash respawned, you wouldn't have to kill quite so much trash again. And also, if you were wiping on the boss, you still feel like you've achieved something for the evening, you know? Because you've got your justice points from the trash.
So you're saying that every raid encounter should be a bit like Hallion?
Well, Hallion's obviously the way that I thought they were going to do things. You know, that sort of way of doing things is a good way of doing things. But there's not any of those in any of the other instances, in any of the new instances. It's all standard, old school crap, which is a bit disappointing, but what can you do?
The elementals in that room, people are going to be bitching and moaning about continually. In raids, people are going to be going AFK around this point. They'll have urgent business to attend to for like 10 minutes. They'll have to say, oh, sorry guys, it's got to AFK. My dog's on fire. I have to go put him out. Yeah, it's going to cause nightmares for people. Especially if they don't know what the fuck they're doing. If they haven't watched this helpful guide that you've made for them, Lewis. Also, don't put ice traps down. They got renamed.
Why?
Don't put ice traps down. Because I put one down and you thought it was an effect from the water elemental thing, the ice elemental.
Oh yeah. Well, I started running out of it, and then someone died.
Yeah. And then you asked the not unreasonable question, why did you put it down in the first place? Because I wanted to snare him. I didn't want him to run at me. Oh god. Traps are so fucking useless though. It's just putting them down is just flavour and fluff most of the time.
Okay.
Interesting fact though, Lewis, right?
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
Blizzard and the player base call it trash, right? But that's only in America. In England, we call it rubbish. Smug face.
That's true. Maybe we should call this series
It's true.
something different. What do they call it in
Rubbish videos.
in Europe?
I think.
La poubelle. I think that's French for bin. Actually, not rubbish in particular, but bin. Let me know if you know. What do other people call in their language? What do they call trash? Maybe it's just like le trash. Probably is, isn't it?
Le trash. Où est le trash? The trash, yeah, over there.
So yeah, I mean that's the idea generally. Pull the correct mobs together, which neutralise each other's shields. Don't stand in the fire, and heal. It's good. It's good. We will catch up with some more trash and more raid guides later, so stay tuned.